Seahawks.
Puts the ball up, making a catch.
Wake up and watch.
Check. Testing. Oh, we got some issues here. All right, let's jump into it. I don't know what's going on here. You guys ready to do this thing? Oh my gosh. Who wants ads? Let's get started with this puppy. Guys, do we have internet problems to start the day? 70 people on the chat. Let me know. Are you guys, I guess you wouldn't know if there's any buffering. Oh, golly. We got some big issues. All right, we're going to fix this right now. Let's fix this right now before we start. Hold on, folks. Hold on. I sounded like Trump there. Hold on. It's going to be the best one. Let's get this funk going. Yeah, boy. How do you guys get the same way I do when things stop working and you start hitting them too many times? And it's like, that'll help the Wi-Fi go faster. All right, we're buffering from my phone. God forbid Los Angeles gets some... I got some flies in my... Oh boy, you got a fly in my coffee. I'm going to still drink it. Still going to drink it. Hello, folks. All right. Woo! 5, 6, 7, 8. How's everyone doing today? This is Paradise Pre-Show. Let's get the mood up. Let's do it. Here we go, everybody. Got some fun things to do today. Oh, we're almost at 1,000 downloads today on the podcast. You guys want to see the podcast? Look at that. We're at 988 downloads today on the podcast. 13,000 total. Not too shabby, if you ask me. Let's do this. All you got to do is search for Bachelor Rush Hour. Dave Neal. All you got to do is type that in. It'll pop up. Yeah, flies are good for you, right? Hello, Sherry. How are you? Sherry from Rhode Island, currently in Delaware. I had a good beat. By the way, I had a really good beat earlier today on the podcast. I wanted to play it for you guys. Let me see it, but maybe there's advertising. It's good if there's advertising. I just don't want
podcast.
Okay, there's advertising. I'll play it in a second here. Yeah, I wanted to thank everyone. We're at 293 ratings. 293 ratings on Apple Podcasts. That is huge. That's more than my old podcast got in 7 years. So I thank you guys so much for that.
You put in the microwave and in
got a little ad I got to play here, and then we'll get to it in a second. But yeah, it alerts me every day when we have new people. Look at this. Anna Claire Harper. Over the COVID lockdowns, the abundance of Bachelor content, I came across Dave's channel. I've always been a secret Bachelor viewer, my dirty little reality show secret. And while the Bachelor itself gets worse and worse, coming across Dave was like finally having a friend who I could talk to about this silly show. In the context of our current social system, which is bananas, watching Dave build his business, remain authentic, if not becoming more so as he has established himself, has been heartwarming. Oh, thank you so much. What a nice, many of us have watched Dave move from having to drive an Uber to being able to afford a bigger place for him and his lady, get married, and all while by being self-reflective.
It's Monday,
Here's a
November
podcast.
7th, 2022, and this is Dave Neal, host of Bachelor Nation News, and this is Bachelor Rush Hour. Hope everyone had a fantastic start to the work week today.
I've had a blast making this podcast. Just so you guys know, I'm just letting those that haven't listened yet hear the beats we got. Trying to keep it at that rush hour length of about 30 minutes. Everyone's got about a 20 to 30 minute commute on average. So thank you guys so much. And yeah, I have no problem sharing the analytics with you. I don't know all the stats here, but I know when we click on it, the podcast has made $130 so far, which, not bad. Not bad for a new podcast. We have to grow it about 30 times the size, so that's that. But anyway, I want to thank you guys. It's the loyal people that push it. If we go to Chartable here, so let's go to Chartable. I'll just show you guys. It's the loyal people that push the podcast. Let's go to Bachelor Rush Hour. Did I spell that right? That, you guys make it so that we can get on the charts. So number 2 in entertainment news in the US of A. Number 129, we dropped a little bit in all of the news. And then number 66 in news in Canada. So thank you so much for that. Our goal is, if you want to look at let's do this. Let's look at Bachelor Happy Hour. If anyone has a podcast they want me to check out right now, that we can see how they're doing. Bachelor Happy Hour is where are they? All podcasts. They're pretty good in the USA. In all podcasts, they're number 366. They're number 1 or number 7 for after shows. You know, that's kind of weird. I was like, I'm not an after show. I'm not TV and film. I really am entertainment news. Maybe lifestyle. I'm going to consider in a few weeks changing to different categories just to see where we fit in, because maybe we need to be in a bigger category. Bruce said on Spotify I could give it all the stars but not write anything. Yeah, Spotify's just star rating, but the key for people that do have Apple accounts is to rate it on Apple even if you don't use that, you know, if you use something else. It'll still be good to get rated on Apple. Oh, Bruce wants to see how Dear Shandy does. Let's go to Dear Shandy. Yeah, they'll be on here. Dear Shandy is a fantastic podcast, probably very highly rated. So it's low. Look, it's in relationships. It's rated very high. 3,000 ratings. You know, I'm not surprised. 3,000 ratings. They're a beast. Dear Shandy is a beast. How about Talking It Out? Talking It Out is probably not rated that high. Anything Bachelor produced is not rated that high. But look at that. Talking It Out is number 86 in relationships. Charting at about 1,000 in all podcasts. I don't think we're charting yet in all podcasts. Maybe we have to be around for a month. I don't know how often they do those ratings. Yeah, I don't know. I tell you what, though. Hello, Stoots. Good to see you. 102 in the chat. Once we get up to about 150 in the chat, I'll play the trailers for tonight's episode. In the meantime, let's just continue with this deep house music I've been playing. How you doing, Stoots? By the way, Stoots, I have your iPad. I need to give it to you. I'm giving Stoots this iPad. No, I'm giving it back to her. And I owe you money for shipping. We tried to get this iPad to work, and we just couldn't get it. So I don't think you sent me any cords, right? I think you just sent me the iPad. I don't think there was any cords in it. But anyway, I got to send it back to you. So if you could DM me remind me your address, and I'll get it to you, plus whatever I owe you for shipping. For the original shipping. I owe you for that because we couldn't get it going. We're going. We are going. Let's see. Does anyone else have any other podcast you wanted me to check out? I don't think so. Yeah, so I had a very interesting sort of spat yesterday. It's almost like this. You know how I'm a big Tom Brady fan, right? You know, notice I'm about to compare myself to Tom Brady. Both everlasting youth. No, I'm kidding. Tom Brady might be a bad example because he's so good, he gets respect. But, you know, when he plays in another team, when he plays in an away game, say Pittsburgh Steelers, he's going to get booed. They boo him. I got the proverbial boo. You might have seen me talk about this in one of the previous videos today, but for the people that weren't in it, there's this nutso who I guess, I mean, and look, I'm okay with it. It's just funny. This is what she said. This is from last month. So we talked about her. So essentially what happened was this. Trying to get back to the beginning. I don't even know how to use my Twitter anymore. Is it even worth it? This is the problem. This is the problem with Twitter. It's like, you know, you never know when it starts. So we already talked about this, so I'll just be quick. Someone said, we were talking about how, well, this just kind of involves a spoiler. All right, someone's been accused of throwing a piece of glass at somebody. It's a spoiler, so I'm not going to say who. So don't look at the screen. Just listen to me for the next minute. So someone said, if so-and-so called me a stupid C word, I'd throw... I'd assault them. She basically said I'd slap them. And I said, one's assault, the other isn't. We already discussed this. Again, this is for the people who didn't catch today's episode. And then someone goes, maybe don't call your woman a stupid C word then. And I'm like, I get it, but still, if the cops showed up and someone's got a black eye because someone threw something at them, the person who threw something is that's the That's the illegal thing. You can't throw something at somebody. Yeah, hate speech is illegal too. That's a whole separate issue. This wasn't hate speech, right? So I said, I get your point, but that's not a good defense in court. So then someone goes, I can't believe you're defending him. So then just logic and so on. So someone called me a smug jerk just because I was like, guys, like you're talking about doing physical violence onto somebody. So I'm the bad guy. And again, I'm just kind of replaying it because I don't want to read it word for word. But I'm considered the bad guy, the smug jerk, because I'm saying it's worse to hit somebody than to call somebody a name. It's almost just like, this is the world we live in, right? This is just like cuckoo, wild world that we live in. Someone had just tagged me in something, and I can't, here it was. Twitter, the only place where well-articulated sentences still get misinterpreted. You can say, I like pancakes, and somebody will say, so you hate waffles? No, bitch, that's a whole new sentence. WTF are you talking about? I like pancakes. What do you got against the old waffle community? That's exactly what it is. Now, if the one party did call the other party the C word and did say, like, you're a lousy human, or you should be cooking or cleaning, or whatever sexist thing they were accused of saying, yeah, that's bad. Now, I wasn't making, we have to get in, we need to get into a place with society where we teach reading comprehension and like really articulate our points, because I feel like Twitter's just like this emotional place people go to, so they don't even know what they're saying. They're just like, wait, it's almost like if you know there's a fight, there's like a melee happening outside, there's a fight going on, and you don't know what side you're on, so you just run outside with your pitchfork or like a baseball bat with the nails on it, and you're like, and then some guy's like, hello, man, would you like to buy some lemonade? And you're like, no, it's a whoops. Like, you don't even know who you're, arguing with. But people that I challenge, just naturally, as I did, I naturally challenged someone by just saying, hey, assault is illegal, but name calling's not, Just by challenging someone, it just puts them in this like thread. So this one lady who, it's almost like I think we're dating at this point. She's I guess been upset with me for a while. I don't know who she is. If you happen to watch YouTube or Dave Neal, don't say anything that disagrees with his opinion channel. He just blasted my comment on his YouTube program. I like that this is a program. I cannot take any criticism at all. He only likes yes people that kiss his butt. I think we all like to have our butt kissed, metaphorically. And then they bring in the fact that they're disabled. If you happen to be disabled, stay away from his channel. He loves to make fun of people. On his Facebook page, Dave Neal's community, it's full of people that just kiss butt and sing his praises. So clearly this is somebody who was probably called out on my Facebook page and then left or something. I don't know. I've literally never banned someone from my Facebook community. There's something about Facebook that I'll say. There's something about Facebook that at least their identity, for the most part, is attached to it, because we have a very simple approval process. So people have to ask to be approved, and then I literally just see if they're a human, and then we let them through. I've almost never not approved somebody, and I've never banned anybody. On YouTube, I've banned people because there's people that just get in the way of the discussion and all that. So anyway, then someone else comes in. True, it's a pity, little man. I'm not small, I'm not short, I'm above average height, that thinks he is funny until you realize he isn't. He will block you to look popular. Again, like I said, I've never blocked anyone on Facebook, and I've only blocked trolls. He only went on YouTube because of COVID. I've been recapping the show for 7 years. Here's the problem some people have, is that they'll take what I say as a joke. So I have this joke about how my wife makes more money than I do. Just dropped my water. The whole system's falling. And again, this is interesting to me because like I can just logically talk about it in a way that's it's interesting. I mean, this might not be interesting to you guys in the audience. All right, we're at 174. All right, so I'll play the trailer in a second. But it's interesting to me because it's like okay, let me just finish it. He only went on YouTube because of COVID. No, it was because of COVID that I had more time to invest in my YouTube career. Before that, I was working full time. I guess he was just broke because nobody came to his shows. I won't tag him. I won't give him credits, blah, blah, blah. Failed comedian. So here's what happens is the second somebody disagrees with you, they just start calling you a failure in whichever way they feel like hurts the most. Girlfriend is about to marry him. We've since gotten married. I guess I just saw this. This was a week before my wedding. I'm thinking, run, girl. She makes all the money. Now, she's saying she makes all the money because I have a joke in my stand-up act about how my lady makes more money than I do, which makes me a feminist. It's a stupid joke. It's just a quick boom, joke. So apparently all she knows about me is stuff that I've revealed myself. So I guess I appreciate this person's support, but it's just wild. It's just wild. These people have nothing better to do. At least I get to talk about it to you guys and make money. Like, right? I get to provide you guys entertainment, and entertainment's not always humor. Sometimes it's funny stuff. Look at Hannah Brown's apartment. And sometimes it's just like, whatever crazy stuff we want to talk about. We start going into it. Entertainment comes in all different ways. It's sort of a tool, it's a tool of communication. One being humor, one being, whatever you want to say, like ranting can be, or speaking truth to power, calling things out. There's always something interesting about calling out deception as we see it. But the more I read into this person, I don't need to click down, but she's just a complete wacko, and it made me feel a little bit better about myself, because you ever just get into it with someone on Facebook and you see that they're like posting just crazy things. So one of the things, someone had Lyme disease, and they accused me of like making fun of Lyme disease. They didn't know my wife has Lyme disease. How funny is that? Anyway, so just a fun thing to share with you guys. We're at 200, so we'll get into the Bachelor in Paradise trailers right now. Let's see. We've actually got. I'll read your comments in a second here. Let's play the stories we have from Jesse Palmer while I read some of your comments. Jesse Palmer is taking over the Bachelor in Paradise Instagram.
Jesse here. Listen, someone really important must have canceled today, because actually I am taking over Bachelor in Paradise's IG account for the day. So I'm going to be walking around, come hang out. I'm going to be heading to the mansion a little bit later. We got a little rose ceremony action going on. So just feel free to ask some questions. I'm going to be answering everything throughout the day. This is going to be a fun one. Let's get weird. All right, let's just get down to the nitty-gritty, all right? He's a handsome MF. I saw it not once on the first day when he came down the steps, but when he came back, we got a double dose of handsome. Damn. See, this is really the yin and the yang of being the host of Bachelor in Paradise. Awesome when you give great news, not awesome when you give bad news. You never want women to go out in a balcony and scream F you, Jesse Palmer, at the top of their lungs. Well, I love filming all of them. They always present new and different challenges. Being around the cast is my favorite part of it all, and trying to help these people find meaningful and lasting connections. Also, my trailer snacks are amazing.
All right, what's next?
How long the rose ceremonies last? They go from like 7 p.m. to 8 a.m. Bachelor, Bachelorette, or Paradise. And then by the end of the night, I look like this.
All right. Okay. So then we'll play a trailer in a second, responding to your comments. Bruce says, people don't understand. Dave wants to have a conversation, not just stare at isolated opinion statements. And then Bruce said, Dave and I probably disagree about Shanae's behavior on Clayton's season, but that's fine. We can talk about it. Well, Bruce, and not to disagree with your disagreement, because I know we've talked about this a lot. We also both like watch a curated TV show. So like, I think if there was an actual conversation with my issue with Shanae was always that people wanted her to apologize right away, that I personally feel like she was in a situation where she didn't feel like she could, because she felt like she was in a hostage situation. So that's why I disregard anything that happened after that, because I see somebody who was like being told by a bunch of women pointing fingers, you need to apologize for X, Y, and Z. Even if she were wrong, I don't see that being a productive scenario. They're all fighting for the same guy. So they're all sort of like coworkers here. So there is no person in position of authority. So my whole point being that like the whole situation with Shanae is so flawed in so many ways that I don't think we were ever going to get like a moment where there was like Shanae says on Bachelor in Paradise, I'm sorry for how I treated you. To Genevieve, right? She says, like Genevieve says, oh, you wagged your finger at me. You called me these things. She goes, oh, I did. I'm sorry. Because, whatever it was. So there's this moment where Genevieve and Shanae get to become friends, which is really cool. Really cool. Now, it doesn't mean Shanae's a great person. It just means like we have to just realize that there's more at play to just what people say and do on the show. There's so much more at play. No, it doesn't mean we can't hold people to a higher standard, but I just think we're doing a disservice when we hold people to a higher standard that they can't live up to, don't have the tools to, and are already on a sort of a TV show, right? So like we're all like, we want Shanae to apologize now, and it's like, let's just watch next episode. Let's watch it all play out. We can have different discussions, but like, what, to me at least, I'm always like, what's the point of a Shanae apology if she doesn't feel bad? Like, it's like, anyway, so I don't think we completely disagree. I just think it's such an unfavorable situation where any sort of digging herself out of that situation would be just performative. And that doesn't mean much to me. Like a performative thing wouldn't mean much to me. Okay, let's go. But at the same time with Shanae, and I could literally write a dissertation about Shanae, I felt like Elizabeth came off a way that was sort of like, almost like somebody, somebody, like it was almost like Elizabeth was egging Shanae on with like a riot gear in front of her. So Elizabeth was hiding, not necessarily hiding, but she was saying, oh, you can't talk to, like, Elizabeth had a bulletproof defense that Shanae didn't. And the way I saw it was Elizabeth's IQ, at least emotionally within those conversations, was higher than Shanae. So Elizabeth's ability to navigate the conversation versus Shanae was upset, and she was like, man, F your ADHD. Now to the audience, they go, that's ableist, that's this, all these different things. But to Shanae, she's like, man, shut up. You were being X and you wanted Y, like whatever. So I don't think Shanae was able to articulate with English words her real feelings. And when people can't articulate their feelings, they just call other people names. To tie it back into the Twitter thread, I'm a horrible person because I was just logically saying that one thing's assault and the other isn't. Am I smug? Maybe. I can be smug. I was raised in New England. I was raised Catholic, right? Put that on your bingo cards. Okay. So anyway, let's see what we have here. Let's see this is the twins. Oh, and I honestly had a blast. One of my favorite scenes of all of Bachelor in Paradise was watching them all have fun. The show gets so heavy. There was something about Flo and Shanae knowing, like without a shadow of a doubt, that they weren't going to marry these guys, that put their guard down. It's almost like with stand-up, the best shows are the ones where there's nothing at stake. The best shows are the ones where it's like, you just lose all of the extra things and you're in like, you're almost like peak zone state. So Flo and Shanae, both funny, kind of, without the controversies of fighting, they're both pretty funny, fun people. They know how to like talk, and they're kind of just like both blue collar, Irish bar in the bottom of the Titanic types. And then they kind of meet peas in a pod, which in this case would be the J twins. What are the names? Justin, Jeremy, Jared, whatever, right? And I actually really like this shirt. I really like this shirt for Paradise. I should get one of these shirts. Should I get a gold chain too? Maybe a power recapper sign? Anyway, I found their scene to be so much fun. They were just rolling around in tacos. There was nothing that was going to come of it. Just this is almost, this reminded me of like a movie you'd watch where, Shanae got, imagine we're in a movie here. Shanae, 32-year-old, divorcee, husband cheats on her. Best friend Flo says, you know what? We're going to go on vacation in Italy. So then they go on, they're like, we're going to meet an older rich man. And what do they meet? Two guys that are there on their spring break. So now we have two women in their mid-30s, not old, but they're like, they relearn the basics of dating by hanging out with a couple young guys that have no care in the world. I don't know. That's how I felt. Am I projecting? Let's read your comments. Dana Smith says, yeah, Shanae has become likable. Bruce said, too much drama and not enough fun. Absolutely. I mean, they did body shots. Has no one ever licked a little tequila out of somebody's navel? Come on, folks. Anyway, so I nominate that scene as best scene of the year for Bachelor. Okay, let's see what we have here.
Well, Bienvenidos a Sayulita. This town you are going to love, but I want you to experience it in style. You ready?
I'm gonna be spending a lot of time dedicated to Danielle, getting to know her better, because time's running out, and at the end of this, it's an important decision.
Tacos! Tacos! Hey, guys!
Oh, hi!
Have a taco.
Quite frankly, I really
Okay.
wasn't expecting Wells.
See you guys.
I love the city already.
I know.
Who wants a choco banana?
Hi!
We turn the corner and there's Wells again. I love him as a person, but we need to focus on us. Nice, Danielle.
Drinks, drinks. Who wants drinks?
What the hell's going on?
You guys thirsty?
Yes, please.
What can't this man do? I mean, he might as well run for mayor at this point.
Wells really getting his paycheck there. Bruce said, I don't think I need a Shanae apology now or something insincere. I just think she's still in the place to learn and grow from that. I agree with you. I agree. I don't think it falls on, geez, dare I say deaf ears here. God damn, right? I can't say a saying without questioning whether or not I'm saying something right. I don't think Shanae isn't learning, but I don't think we're going to see it, and I don't think it's going to be on TV. I don't think it's going to be something that we see play out and we get some of this contrition and this kind of like apology. I just don't see that. That's just not going to happen. And that doesn't make her any better or worse of a person. Alana said, you make wild excuses for people. It was ableist. I think you meant to say ableist, unless that's a word I don't know. I don't know. I appreciate your opinion, Alana. As we've learned here, I sometimes don't like other people's opinions. I'll block you. I'm kidding. I'll block her. I just think I'm actually having a discussion. Is it raining outside? About what actually went down and not just saying it's bad. I think, look, you can say it's bad. I'm not disagreeing that it's bad to be like, oh, ADHD, whatever she said. I don't remember exactly what Shanae said, right? But I do think we're taking the easy route if we're not going to explain what it was. Now, clearly, Claire gets mad at a couple of guys. She's not a bad person. Her limbic system's flared. She's got a perfectionist. There's all these different things. Oh, Dave's making excuses for Claire's bad behavior. The hell am I supposed to do with my time? I make content 10 hours a day. We think about these things. I've thought more about how Shanae acted than anybody. So, Alana, with all due respect, it's easy to say, oh, something's ableist. Hardcore, done. Yeah, sure. But also, and that doesn't mean someone's making the excuse when they explain something, there's a moment there where Shanae is going against like 10 women that all turn around and say, you've said this, you need to apologize. It's like, do we think we're going to get that out of her? Like, can we manage our expectations? Like the conversation that has come from it has served its purpose. We've talked about this. Like nobody's talked about it more than anyone. Nobody's talked, and again, it's proof because we make so many videos, but no one's talked about that more. No one's talked about blackface more. No one's talked about so many different things that have happened in the kind of social hierarchy of Bachelor Nation. No one's talked about stuff more. And I guess part of the problem when you talk about things is the people that want to hear things come out of your mouth a certain way go, see, you're part of the problem. Really? And again, I'm not saying anyone here's saying that. I'm not Alana. I appreciate your comment. I'm not saying you're saying that. But that's what I get. I read my DMs. I get that from people. Oh, Dave, I loved you until you X, Y, and Z. I loved your stance on this until ... The fuck am I supposed to bat 1,000 to everybody out there? You know what I mean? I say that all with emotion, but I'm not upset. I've just sort of come to the realization there that it's like to some people, and again, and this is a problem we have. I can speak towards the left because I like operate in that space, but it's the problem a lot of people on the left have in that we want everyone to be 10 out of 10 in support of what we support versus someone who might be 7 out of 10 in support. It's like it's hard to ace everything that everybody wants out of you to a certain level. Does this make sense? Again, I'll read your comments in a second because I'm probably behind on them. But I'm not speaking to anyone specifically. I'm just saying, boy, it's just like no wonder people like flip on others because they can't live up to their standards. It's that whole. I have a book over here. It's called something like So You've Been Shamed or something. I can't remember it, but it's about people that have been like canceled and then they completely flip on all their morals and traditions because they felt ostracized. And it's like, we don't need to feel ostracized. We just have to know not everybody's going to be at the same level of openness to others. I won't use the W word, wokeness. Not everyone's going to be there. Let's have conversations the way we can, because we can't just keep kicking everybody out of every conversation. If people had their way, they would have wanted Shanae to never be seen again on the show, which is fine. Or we could have also watched Shanae and Genevieve learn a little bit about each other. Maybe Shanae becomes somebody that actually gets to go on podcasts and has a bigger following, and because of that says, I've learned this about X, Y, and Z. Like, let's get there at least, right? All right. Let's see what we have here for other trailers. Did I play them all? I don't know. Did I play this one?
This is the most complicated love triangle we have ever seen.
How am I supposed to choose between two amazing guys?
Justin made me feel like I was the only girl in the world.
Rodney's just the sweetest guy ever.
It's an extremely tough decision that Eliza has to make.
Eliza's what I'm here for. I can't lose you.
I can't join.
Coming up tonight on The Bachelor in Paradise. But it's coming to my attention. We have all these people. Hey, Tasha. Hey, honey. Let's find out if she's done a body shot. We're going to get Tasha to a body shot right now. Bruce says, Bruce and Angel have never done body shots. Do we need to have like a body shot live stream? We'll set this up. Leslie says, please keep the entertaining in the chat. I was late. Oh, thank you so much for coming in. Celeste says, Shanae is my new favorite on Paradise. Their connection where the twins were palpable and believable. The twins seem to be great guys. I kind of made fun of the twins as we make fun of people just being like, oh, like these young guys are club promoters. And the twins' mom reached out to me and she was like, the twins are such good gentlemen and this and that. She was really sweet about it. And I was like, oh, that's nice. I mean, like, I wasn't going to go hard on the twins. I was just making fun of the fact that they're young and twins. Trisha said, not a fan of Kate. Turns out she's really mean and a bit delusional. Yeah, well, Kate has surprised me in the role that she's playing this season. A lot of people have accused Kate of being coached by Game of Roses because she's coming off very much calculated in the way that she's playing this game, you know? And I could break it down bit by bit, and maybe I will. But Ashton K said the same thing. So not a fan of Kate. Didn't love the clip where she was talking about Logan not having money. Wait, hold on. Ashton K, was that a preview? Did that just happen? I might have missed that. Or that was on the extended trailer. Let's see what else we have here. A lot of times when I play these trailers, I'm reading all your comments. Oh, this is from last week.
The latest
Okay, guys, this trailer's from last week. Just let me play it for a second so I can read some comments.
addition to the beach
Oh my God!
brings chaos.
I got a little date card here. Kate, would you go?
I thought there was something special here. Why would you want to risk it?
Paradise, tonight on ABC and stream
Okay, so
on
that was
Hulu.
last week. So that was Tuesdays. Susan says, hey, Susan, how are you? High energy today. How much caffeine? I've had a decent amount. I've actually got a lot of creamer in my coffee. So it's not that, like, this is more of just a drink because I just worked out. It's actually raining here in Los Angeles, and I have an outdoor workout area that all has tarps on it. But I just carried my weight bench inside and did chest workout, which is like, incline bench. So maybe I'm a little jazzed from the chest workout. Bruce said, if I said something wonky on TV and looked at it later and realized later it wasn't good optics, I might talk about it. Yeah, I mean, but Shanae has talked about it. She's been on podcasts and talked about. I mean, I can't go through it all and say exactly what she said. I don't think she's hiding from anything she said. Just because the show. They addressed it on the reunion show after the final rose, or Women Tell All. That's what Women Tell All. The show is the one who cut out the ADHD conversation. Stutes, I'm glad you and I are on the same thing. I mean, I should probably get my brain tested in some sort of way. I think we all should. I think we should all know, what kind of engine we're working with, or I guess processors. Yeah. And again, in Action K, like I always say, when people text me and they go, I don't always agree with you. I go, yeah, why? Like, no, let's not all agree. That's where dangerous things come from. People agree. Bruce said, I think when people say Dave is X, Y, and Z, they really mean Dave doesn't hold the same extreme opinion I do. Well, you know what I mean? Like, people will get upset at, call me a smug jerk or whatever, but like, I think our track record, like, and I say our with pride because it's you guys, with what we're able to accomplish with helping each other and being positive and supportive, I think our track record is about putting more love than hate out there. But I just run the YouTube the same way I run a stand-up set, which means if you're going to talk trash to me, I'm just going to give it back. It's just a tennis match. If you hit me the tennis ball, I'm not going to nail it out of the park. I'm just going to serve it right back at what I believe to be the same speed that you gave it to me. And some people just think, I guess they think because I'm failed, even though they'll call me failed to prove their point, and then they'll call me successful when this big YouTuber shouted me out and called me out. Well, what am I? Which one am I? Am I failed or am I not failed? You know what I mean? Pick one and stick with it. Jody said, I like when Dave swears. Well, I try to make it at least a swear that I mean and not just an adjective. Okay, can't please. Yeah, no, it's not. And it's not about pleasing everyone. It's just about, look, we don't have much else to talk about, and I haven't been live in a minute. So here's what we're talking about. Let's clear this and see if there's anything new. So we have 277 people in the room. I do want to remind everyone out there, if you're new and haven't been a part of the community yet, here's what I'm going to tell you guys. If you give my podcast a follow and write me a quick review, takes under a minute, I will, if we can go from 293 ratings to 300 ratings, I will do an after show live stream tonight. Okay, so stick around. We'll go after show. I think we'll be able to hit that. So expect us to go after, but don't expect someone else to do it. A lot of people out there, pick up your iPhone. Here's how it works. If you have an iPhone, this is what you do. Everyone has this button right here. Let me show you what I got here. Hold on. Where'd it go? Bro, I lost it. Everyone's got this button. It's the purple one. See that? Or violet, whatever you want to call that. It says podcast. Okay. All you do is you click on it, and then here's what you can do. You can just search my name. If you search Dave Neal, you're gonna get smug a-hole. I'm kidding. If you search Dave Neal, it'll show all the podcasts that I've been on: Game of Roses, Reality Steve, The Sap, Bachelor Rush Hour. So then all you do is click on Bachelor Rush Hour right there, and then I think you're able to just hit like the follow button. I think it's up top. It's up top right there. You hit the follow button. Sorry, my green screen's messing it all up. It's super easy. So that's if you have an iPhone. If you don't have an iPhone, pick whatever you got. We're on Google Podcasts and all that jazz. So now is the chance when I'm live streaming to you guys for me to really hammer it home. This is going to be a big part of 2023. We are so close to having a producer. When we have a producer, when I'm like at the critical point where I can bring on people, it can free up so much of my time to create higher quality content. For 2 years straight, I've been just running and gunning. I make 5 pieces of content a day. My Patreon knows that, you guys catch me 5 minutes between things. I'm eating eggs. People are like, please stop eating on the Patreon. And I'm like, I've been up all day. Like, I'm fired up, guys. So part of Tasha and myself and our family, Boone, part of our plan is to continue to grow into different platforms. So I'm happy to announce that what my biggest goal for 2023 is already happening, which is this podcast. So I want to thank you guys. Plus, like I said, it's all original. Well, it's not all. So the first 5 or 10 minutes of every podcast are going to be like my daily roundup, and then I'm going to play select videos from that day. So have a listen. Hit the world today. Some things that are coming up. Our last story will be a spoiler story. So if you don't like spoilers, the last 10 minutes of this video will be just that. Podcast. Boy. We're in the podcast world, and we've crushed it after our first full week of podcasting. If you're new to my channel, we are a YouTube channel called Bachelor Nation News, where we compile all of the irreverent news of Bachelor Nation. Some call me Barrel Scraping Dave. And as we scrape the barrel with irreverency, fun, sometimes we hit some social topics, nothing is off limits in the Bachelor world to discuss. Today's video, so that's where that is. So, you know, like I said, all new content. I've actually been really enjoying, Friday's video had a breaking news story. So actually, it might play the ad first.
Right.
Okay, it's got an ad. Well, that's good. Either way, Friday had a breaking news story. So,
Unas bolsitas muy prácticas que las metes en el microondas.
All right, hey, multilingual. But we have sad news to report to you guys right now. Let's jump right into it. By the way, Jenny sent me a super chat and said, "I appreciate you, Dave. And you have never offended me. I use a power wheelchair and have cerebral palsy, raised Catholic, socially progressive. Keep doing you." Jenny, you just made me smile so much saying you have a power wheelchair. Do you mean that? Okay. Do you mean that because I say power recapper, or is it an actual like electric powered wheelchair? Because if you meant it because of power recapper, and whether you didn't or did, please refer to your power wheelchair now. I love that you give yourself that energy there, and I appreciate your support. I do. The other lady who said that like she had Lyme disease and therefore I hate people with disabilities. I mean. What you know what I mean? Like when people start doing that game, it's like, all right, game over, you win. You know what I mean? Like, what am I supposed to do? You know, not you, but like the person who was accusing me of that. It's like once you start making accusations about someone online, it's like, all right, you win. Like that random person who was you guys might remember there was somebody who was like a Twitter egg. Like they didn't even have a name. They didn't even have like a gender. They were just a random person. And then they were being a real troll. And I gave it back to him. And then next thing you know, they went wild and they started accusing me of being racist. And I was like, all right, game over. You win. You win. You win. Not playing that game. But Jenny, I appreciate you and your power wheelchair. You know what we need to do, Jenny, is we need to get one of those mounts onto the wheelchair so you can actually have a monitor so you can stream with us nonstop. Anyway, all right. Yeah, Bruce is encouraging everyone to do body shots. I think we need to find a way to do body shots here. Trying to see where we are time-wise. Hold on a second. Oh, it's raining outside. I never open my window because it's normally hot, but it's like nice and cool weather, and I just love that it's waning. Waning. It's waning. The day is waning. The day is raining. Anyway, I didn't realize this was I didn't realize this was exactly going to be just a sort of a place for me to get my therapy today, but let's see. Is this another one? Do we watch this one yet? I think we already did.
Complicated love triangle we have ever seen.
This is tonight.
How am I supposed to choose between two amazing guys?
Justin made me feel like I was the only girl in the world.
Rodney is just the sweetest guy ever.
It's an extremely tough decision that Eliza has to make.
Liza's what I'm here for. I can't lose you.
I can't do it.
All right, so Jill says, how can I join your growing team? Hey, Tasha, can you hear me? We got to call each other the smug assholes. I love working for smug assholes. Jill, I'm not there yet. Part of my plan for 2023 is to try to get into a place that can allow me the space to grow a little bit. So I don't have any jobs per se that right now are web based. I don't know if that's the way you would say it, but anyway. Oh, Elizabeth said finally left my podcast review. Well, what took you so long, Elizabeth? You're banned. You're banned from being not cool. You're so cool. Does that make sense? Trisha said, I listened to Bachelor Rush Hour, but don't see follow for Android. I don't know Androids. I'm sorry. I don't know how it works. If you're listening and downloading, that's good enough. Chrissy said, so if we want the intro music back, we got to go to the podcast. Good marketing. Well, the idea being is that when I have intro music, I tend to stretch out my intros, and I was noticing people were skipping the beginning of my videos, and I don't want that to happen. So I'm trying to get right into the content on YouTube, and I'm also you've noticed I take the outro music out too. There's no more, I just don't use it anymore.
Be careful who you bang.
Bruce said I had to Google body shots. Yeah, body shots are a traditional Central American activity you partake in when you're at some like lame what's the name, Senor Frogs, one of those like tourist traps that are I'm kidding by the way. Nobody go to those. Go to like an authentic place, or don't. I don't know. Go to get a body shot. Okay, so a power wheelchair was the type of wheelchair. I just thought like I'm in a power wheelchair, it's just a way to take it back, but maybe I'm wrong. Okay. All right. Brittany says, just rated your podcast 5 out of 5. Yeah. The one problem that podcasting has that YouTube doesn't have is that it does give people the place to give you a 1-star review. Now, look, people are allowed to do that. Someone can be in the chat right now. And so from now on, when somebody doesn't like my opinion on something or whatever, they have a home where they can give me a negative review. I'm okay with that. I can't fight that. All I can do, and a lot of times people, like if someone posts something really mean, and I share it, sometimes people will say, Dave, just don't accept their negative energy or whatever. And I completely understand. But, 3D chess is me going, I'm going to show you how rude and vile, nobody here, how rude and vile some people are, in hopes that people go, oh my God, I need to support Dave now. Yes, it's a rallying cry. I need help getting the podcast going, and it's free and all that. Now, if you're in the Chatty Broads Facebook group, which yes, I think I've been banned from, if you're in another Facebook group and you want to share the podcast, please be my guest. Be my guest. Share the podcast to your friends. It's a 5-star rating every day, and it's okay. Whatever. I can't rap that fast. But either way, I appreciate you guys out there. And I know some people are gonna go, Dave, what is this? Just a giant, super long promo for you?
This is the.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything else to say other than all of my big stories right now are all spoiler based. Although we do have one right here. Let's go to Eric Shore. Eric Shore posted something, and whenever anybody sends me like something from a contestant, I immediately think like, oh boy. So my first thought was that it was going to be a breakup statement. Now, as we know, as I reported earlier on the podcast today, somewhere right in here.
Podcasts like this one.
Okay, you can't hear it. If you're new to my channel, we are able to make it to the wedding. So Tasha and I decided to do. Okay, anyway, somewhere in the beginning of the podcast today, we discussed that Jesse Palmer said he talked to Eric and Gabby and that they're figuring things out. So I don't know what that means, but even though 2 sources attached to E! News claim that they're broken up, we've got Eric posting, she keeps crushing it and y'all need to keep voting tonight. # Team Gabby. So he's still on Team Gabby. Now, it would be shocking if the rumors were completely false that they had broken up. You would expect that he would be in attendance tone, which I don't know if he is, but let's go to Gabby's Instagram stories. We're going to wrap up here in like 2 minutes. Let's see what she's doing here. Oh boy, are they really going to make me to analyze bites? Let's compare. We need the X-Files music here. Let's compare the bite width of Eric to these chicken skewers or whatever. All right, here they are.
Coffee shop, and they have a picture of Val. Perfect. Also, it's Monday, so if you guys can go on Val's page.
All right, there they are. Oh, there she is. Okay. Here goes nothing. Very nice. It looks like she got in a fight with a bejewel gun. She's been bejeweled. All right, whose shirt is this in the background? I'm just reading some of your comments. Kim said, let's ban Dave from his Discord chat. Yeah, that would be like a hostile takeover. I appreciate you guys so much. You're tons of fun. By the way, this number doesn't refresh right away, so I won't even know if we hit 300. We'll do an after show live stream. I just wanted to make sure you guys were gonna help me out. But the Apple podcast doesn't always refresh right away. It usually refreshes once a day. But let's go ahead and assume that we got to that number. So thank you guys so much here. Let's see. We're at 454. I think I'm gonna take this time to play a little music here. And I'm just gonna read a couple of your comments, and then we're gonna get out of here. Actually, maybe I got them all. You guys want something special? Can I share with you guys what I shared with? I'll tell you what. Here's what I'm gonna do. Oh shoot! What did I just do? Oh, I just lost my epidemic sounds. I didn't mean to do that. Hold on. I just closed the whole thing that I was working on. Hold on. Let's go here. I'm gonna share with you guys something I shared on the Patreon today. Give me a second. It's gonna take a second to find this. It's a wedding footage that Tasha and I shot with the dog. Hold on a second. I'm going to share this with you guys right now. Here's drone shots that we shot yesterday. So the dog wasn't able to make it to the wedding. If you want to see all the footage that we shared today on the Patreon, go to patreon.com/Dave Neal. But either way, we shot this in Laguna Beach yesterday. This is just me with the drone. So I'll just let you guys see this here. Yeah, it's almost like someone got a bedazzler and attached it to a Nerf gun and just started firing at the temples. So here's Boone, of course. Tasha made Boone a custom-made vest because she's the best out there. And there's there we are doing our thing. Nice little smooch. Oh, the dog's barking too. Oh, isn't that adorable? These are the memories we're gonna cherish. These moments we took to make sure that Tasha and the dog got a chance to properly have their moment. Let me just tell you though. I've shared this I shared some of the actual Instagram stories from earlier today, but the actual footage from our photographer is going to be amazing. She's a pro. She's so good at what she does. You know what I didn't do is look at the GoPro, but let's look at the GoPro from yesterday evening. Let's see what we have here. Oh, this is us. It's a little dark because this was late at night, but this was us and the dog. We did like running shots. So let's see what else we have here. Let's see if we got the dog in it. Oh, there's the dog. Oh. Isn't he great? Isn't he great? Oh, look at that. I got the bigger shot here. So I'll show you one more. Is it time to go? 4:57. Let's see one more shot here. Let's see what I got here. Oh, this was it. This was me walking back from the beach last night. Boy. Isn't that amazing, folks? So we'll have this all in the vlogs later on, but I just wanted to share you guys some of that. If there's any more footage that you guys want to see later on, I'd love to share it with you. But that's it for me. We'll see you in 2 hours for the after show live. Bye, everybody. Have a good one. Smug Dave, he's out.
That's rubbish, Dave.